Right, hi everybody. Took me a while to get on there. Right, here we go. So we're going to start the slide from the beginning. So here we go, slideshow. And from the beginning, Mudra by me, Rachel Gibson. So you would have joined this workshop and been given the relevant codes. Once you've completed the quiz, please do email team@thedigitalpsychic.com. Okay. You would receive a certification once you do get 85% or more in quiz or in assignment. And what I do is just look at the practical side and element of that. And I do hope you enjoy the workshop short course. I use various resources discussing via webinar, bringing you useful resources from the internet and collaborating that with my own experiences. So welcome. Hope everybody's okay. Okay, my stomach rumbling. I haven't quite eaten yet, but I will in a minute. It's been crazy. Morning. So here we go. So mudras. The word mudra is the Sanskrit word for gesture. There are many forms of mudras out there, and it's symbolic for a ritual gesture in Hinduism, Buddhism, and while some other mudras involve the entire body, most perform with hands and fingers. And you get it in yoga and stuff like that. So it's used for healing, yoga. It can be used also for reaching guides and stuff like that, for you to use it as meditation. Okay, I'm just going to turn my phone off. Turn my phone off. Right, so yeah, the hand mudra is when you bring your fingers or hands together to create a specific pattern, and the result of that formation or touch can shift that energy. Oh, turn off. Oh my gosh, just turn off phone. On it off. Off. Off you go. There, done. Peace. So yeah, hand mudra is when you bring your fingers or hands together to create a specific pattern, and the results of that formation or touch can shift our energy to help a specific purpose. So in order for you to effectively use hand mudras, you have to have an understanding of why they work. So that's extremely helpful. Basically, your brain's instructions about what to do in order to get to where you want to go are sent via tiny specialized cells called neurons. So the neurons take messages from our brains down the spinal cord out via like thread-like nervous systems to deliver the directive to whichever organ or body parts it needs to instruct. And from there, the neurons communicate with each other, creating connections which affect the way that we think, move, and behave. So it's very, in correlation to how our bodies connect. If you think about directives and signals, brain signals, subconscious mind, and the way our body works, our brains are so powerful. So what it does is it instructs us to whatever needs healing, and it will tell us and operate with us. So the mudras are really important because what it's doing is it's connecting with that system. So each hand has 3 nerves, the radial, median, and ulnar, which are packed full of motor and sensory mechanisms. And energy healing isn't wishful thinking, it's part and parcel of our existence. So it doesn't just happen, through wishful thinking. It's part and parcel of our natural existence. We are natural healers, and that is fundamental to understand that, it's not just, oh, we're wishfully thinking this. We're all energy, and everything is energy, even right down to the tiniest ant, to the tiniest creature, and and grass. We're all energy, so it's very important. And the term chakra is Sanskrit for wheel, and each of us has chakra points, wheels that rotate around our energy systems. We are the energy centers in our bodies, and the wheels turn as our life force energy moves through us. And if they get stuck or stagnant, that's when disease can happen. And when you feel really rotten and depressed and stuff like that, that's normally because the chakras have got clogged up. So we have 7 main chakras, with each one relating to a specific location, function, and color. And animals have 8 chakra points. They have Brackle, and we have this 7. So you know, they're on a different system to us, because obviously they're more in tune, really. Because if you think about it, if we've got 7 and animals have got 8, that makes them pretty more special, and why they sleep longer. They're in a different reality to us. How they're able to sense things quicker to us, because you know, they sense things faster. Dogs hear quicker. A rat can, you know, smell out faster. A horse is really intellectual. Us human beings think we're the most intellectual beings on this planet. However, if we are, why are we damaging it? Unlike the animals, which are actually just naturally surviving. So we have the root chakra, which is the base, tailbone, physical needs. The red chakra, lower abdomen area, in the hip area, and that's for reproduction, sexuality, creativity. The orange is the solar plexus, stomach area. This is where we learn how to deal with intuition and stuff like that, and it's very powerful yellow. And we have the heart chest area, that's the emerald green, very compassion, you know, the compassion, love, relationships. And all of those things exist in the heart chakra area. Then we have blue in the throat chakra, which is communication, self-expression. And then third eye, the forehead, intuition, wisdom, enlightenment, which is violet. And then we've got the crown, which is the top of the head, and it's the connection with our spirituality and our divine guidance, and white and gold. So mudras. So mudra allows us to communicate within ourselves in order to open up the relevant chakras, which then allow for the better energy flow through our energetic bodies. This then helps diminish those diseases and unblocks, as well as enhances our overall well-being. So as you know, I'm a healer. I provide unblocking. I charge about, is it £30 for half an hour unblocking, and £60 for an hour to unblock chakras. I use energy source. I've used etheric methods, Reiki methods. There's so many different methods to unblock chakras. For some reason, lots of people come to me for that, because what happens is, you know, at the end of the day, we're all dealing with things that get clogged up in our system. And it's like a flush. I'm doing a course soon called the Psychic Flush Out, which is attuning people to Reiki, which actually flushes out any psychic attacks and residual energies. I'm being attuned to that this afternoon. And I think that's really, really important. I will have lineage for that. That course will be going out later. But that's what we should be doing. That's essentially what us energy workers are. We just want to heal. We want to make sure people are better in a holistic way, ensuring though that obviously that people have the correct medical and conventional support as well. We're not here to replace conventional. We're here to work with those that are still catching up with us. Debatable though, of course. There are 5 elements. That's earth, the physical matter of our bodies. Water is the liquid part of us. Fire is our body, the heat. Wind is our breath, space, and our consciousness, which is the air. And then, of course, we have thought. And thought is very, very there. You know, intentions and stuff is out there, and that's what effectively affects all of us. Even if you place, say, a cup of tea hard on the table, I tell tea off for it. Like, that affects the universe. It's like, the planet. No, it doesn't. I said, it does. It really does. Just by placing something nicely, it actually has a much nicer impact on our universe, because, you know, we're all interconnected. So it's very important how we treat our air and anything to do with our universe. Treat everything with respect. It's like last night, there was a spider crawling across my room, massive it was. And he was like, oh, here, Chai, here's the spider. And I was like, no, you do not. Pick that spider up and put it somewhere nice. And she's like, oh, gosh, here she goes. And if I find any, like, even if it's a fly or a spider or whatever it is, and it's past, even a ladybird, whatever, doesn't matter what it is, if it's living or a plant, I save it. or I try to save it. If I can't save it, what I do is I bury them and do like a little, like, oh, here you go, off to heaven, here you go. I do that because it's about respecting everything on our planet, and as much as that sounds crazy, that's how crazy I am. Because it's important, because it's matter, and it matters to me. So mudras and hands continue. Hand mudras are the way of using physical body to communicate to energetic self. It's that language that once you learn it, you both know it because your brain understands it, and it's that correlation of connecting to your brain essentially, because you're saying to your brain, I know. Earth is the Sanskrit that corresponds to anything solid. For instance, in your body, earth elements, the skin, bone, hair, teeth, and organs. Air is believed to be the highest of all the elements within the body. Your breath is the air element. Fire serves as a source of warmth, and the heat from our breath and other parts of the body correspond to this element. Water is very critical to the survival of all living things, and as such, is one of the most important elements to keep in balance. All of the liquids in our body stem from this element. The great unifier of the elements is ether, and this is known as Agash in Sanskrit. Ether is thought to bring the other four elements together and allowing them to prosper. So how long to hold a hand mudra? You can hold a hand mudra position for anywhere between 1 to 5 minutes, okay? So what you can do is put your fingers together and formulate like a hoe with your fingers. What I do with mine is I just put them all together, crunched up sometimes, and you can do a hum, with that. There's so many out there, and I've given resources here to show you all the various ones that obviously you can have a look at, the various mudras that are out there. So it's the Sanskrit word for gesture. It's comprised of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, wind, and space. And our 5 fingers represent the elements, as well as the chakras, which are located in our spinal cord. Only do 1 mudra at a time, never do more than 1. If any hand mudra makes you feel unwell, you stop immediately and rest. If it persists, don't do that mudra anymore and find another one that actually suits you. Jhana mudra is supposed to give a feeling of spaciousness and have a subtle uplifting effect on the body and mind. And this is the position. You can practice it here now for a couple of minutes and really, really feel relaxed. What you do is just attune to the universe. Imagine that you're just totally and utterly relaxed in a space with no noise in the background. There you go. Really relaxing, focusing on the universe and the energy. And what you do is just relax. So that's a position there. And then we go to the mudras, chin mudra, which helps lift dull energy. And this is this one. So what that does is lifts that dull negative energy. Really, really good one there. To use in meditation, do it before you're doing healing or anything like that would be really, really useful. Also, Dhyana Mudra stimulates the root chakra and through the downward energy, connecting us with earth. So important to use this one after you have finished doing a session with clients in healing or energy work. Dhyana Mudra, and this is a mudra's resource. Okay, so this here is all the resources you would need to first start out using mudras. A very good one is Jhana Mudra, which place the tips of the thumb and the index together to form a circle with the palms facing up. And this mudra actually stimulates the opening effect, allowing us for a receiving from divine energy. Now, as you start learning how to do hand mudras, what I recommend is that you keep a journal to track your progress. Start off by writing down what your goal is and so say you've got a headache and that's what you want to remove. Write down and note down the hand mudra that you've practiced and which one removed that headache. So you can start to learn all the different mudras and basically go, okay, I have toothache today, what mudra? So what you're doing is you actually research what mudra would suit best that, because there's so many different ones out there. And then what you do is practice it, see if it removes it. And what you can do then is write how you felt. Then over the course of a few sessions, you'll start to learn which hand mudra works for you and which doesn't. And when you're using it with clients as well, what you'd be doing is asking them to write a diary also. So which one worked for you in that meditation? Which one worked for you in that healing? You balance yourself first before you see your client. It's a good idea to meditate and do a hand mudra prior to meeting your client or your appointment. By being in a heightened balanced state, your healing session will be amplified and a lot more effective before you actually meet up with anybody. So always use the hand mudra. I always use it in Reiki. I always use it, like, I even do it in my life sometimes. If you notice, sometimes I will use mudras and stuff like that, just so that I'm connecting to myself and the universe in order for me to be able to heal others. It's very, very essential. And you can teach other people, your clients, their own hand mudras, so that when you finish the session with them, that they feel better. I mean, I'm a very collective healer, and what I do is introduce lots of different modalities into my practices. So when I'm healing somebody, I will use etheric, I will use mudra, I will use Reiki, and combine it and use also crystals. And you'll notice through all the modalities, what you will do is gather such a great pile of information that you will actually start to introduce all of it into one. So, you know, like I offer packages, I go, oh, okay, I've got like the VIP. You can have a reading, a course, and you can have healing, a spell. Introduce it into a package so that the people are able to feel that they've been healed through the process of having a reading. Just by sending healing at the end. You know, a course, maybe you want to conduct a course later and you want to become an instructor, you know, introduce a course into it. If you're doing healing, you could say, right, I'm going to send you distant Reiki healing with a psychic flushing, and then you use that cleansing process. And what I will be using in it is mudras as well. But you know that technique, so you don't have to tell somebody that you're actually just like, you know, I'm just going to do a mudra session with you. It doesn't sound as nice as if I'm going to do a Reiki session with you, but I'm going to be using this technique. And people will ask you, why are you using that method? Because this is how I use it. That attunes you to the universe by having a very collective source of information around you. What you're doing is providing the best quality service for yourself and for your clients, because we need healing too. We have to have that limitation in place, not just for ourselves, but in order to be providing that quality to our clients. So when you're doing a session plan, what you would do is you would take an intake form, write all the information down that you need from your client. You prepare in a very nice, relaxed atmosphere with music playing, set the ambience with candles and beautiful smells of incense. Prepare it so that people are relaxed, lying in a comfortable position, have like a Reiki table or something like that. And then you can actually simply do the hand mudra as you begin to feel its positive effects. Intend visualizing that effect going to your client. You can actually do it through a distant healing session. You don't have to meet with your clients. And if you are with your client, you can place your free hand, if you have one, hovering near the area of concern to help channel the energy to the client. Alternatively, if you use both hands to do hand mudra, you can simply visualize and intend the positive effects. I mean, if you're going to be doing theta healing, this is introduced into theta healing. We're using, you know, finger techniques, muscle testing. You use mudra in any type of healing, really. You will come across mudra a lot in a lot of what you're doing. So in order to set up a business in this, check your legislation, check if you need permits, make sure that you have your insurances, make sure you have the professional boundaries in place, and research all the mudras. Like I said, it's impossible for me to teach every single mudra because there's so many of them, and it's about testing them out. So I'm going to be putting a quiz in this easy class for you, please do the quiz. Please do practice on each other. Just practice on yourself. It's a very simple thing, Mudra. It's very natural. And it's been in throughout our history for a long, long time. The Buddhas used it. Very popular in Hinduism. And I hope you have enjoyed this short course. But I'm going to finish it there, wrapping up now. So I hope you did enjoy this workshop short course. You would have had a code to access in easy class. And once you've completed, please do go to Facebook, Rachel Gibson BA Honours page. If you'd like to join Messenger, we've a great community online for social learning. I'm always available in those chat areas if you've got any questions in relation to this subject area. In easy class, there is a quiz. It will be left. Please do contact me at team@thedigitalpsychic.com once you have, or in the chat area, so that I can get your certification sent to you. But generally speaking, all the courses are marked weekends. Once I've done that, I send it to Dee. He produces the certification. I have a qualification in Mudra. In all I teach, I have to have my own set of certifications in order to be able to teach. I also have an informal educator's degree in order to teach. But these areas of teaching, I have diplomas and stuff like that, doesn't mean that you can't teach it. Okay, I am going to be doing an instructor's course for anybody interested. Get out there, get your Facebook pages set up, start healing people. That's what it's about. That's why the courses I've done at reasonable prices is because we should be healing everybody. This planet needs healing, and you know, I really do hope that you're going to be out there healing so many people. I thank you so much. But please do feel welcome to also join the Spiritual Academy of Angel Beach, the subsidiary of Rachel Gibson, which is now called Class of Rachel Gibson, the digital psychic founder of the Facebook group social learning platform. Thank you, and please do tell your friends. Come and join us. Thank you so much for watching.